There seems to be, and I don't know why, I couldn't possibly explain it, but there seems to be a trend happening in the United States of America, should I say, these United States of America, the one and only, well, there's actually 50, United States of America, and Canada. Fuck it, let's throw them in there. But there's a trend going on, and the only explanation that I can see, and now I consider myself to be a well-read individual. I read. And yet, I have one and only one excuse that I could provide to you all. And, needless to say, pressure mounts on Biden to break his silence as, quote, people are freaked out over objects shot from the sky. Lake Huron, folks. There's been another unidentified flying object that was shot down over the Great Lakes surrounding Wisconsin, Michigan, and Canada. Folks, I think New York's in there too. They have some Great Lakes. Folks, the only answer, I know you all have been waiting for me to say it, and here it is. The only answer is China. I mean, obviously, right? Like, China is going to fuck us up. I mean, look at, they got balloons, and they got UFOs. I mean, it's gotta be China, right? Just kidding, obviously, it's aliens. I mean, just throwing you for a loop there. It's aliens. I'm a believer. I think it's gotta be aliens. I mean, what else would it be? What else would it be? A false flag? Would the United States ever lie us into a war? Is it a distraction to keep everyone not looking at the vinyl chloride ecological disaster in Ohio? Lake Huron is not very far from Ohio. What could it possibly be other than aliens? I don't know. 3 airborne objects in North American airspace were shot from the skies by the United States military in the span of 3 days this past weekend at the direction of President Joseph Robinette Biden. Second. Third one's dead. But as Americans confronted an extraordinary series of headlines about these missions, the president has offered no explanation or reassurance to the public over the weekend. You ever meet people that go, weekend? You ever meet people that, like, those are like British people. You ever meet British people? I've met a couple. And they go, weekend, you know? You ever meet these motherfuckers? What are your plans for the weekend? No? Not funny? All right. The Biden White House heads into the new week facing a slew of questions about the objects shot down by U.S. fighter jets in as the last few days. What? In as the last few days. Thanks a lot, CNN. It's the quality of mainstream media. In as the last few days on Sunday over Lake Huron, on Saturday over northern Canada, and on Friday over Alaska. Those 3 incidents came just days after the U.S. military shot down a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon off the coast of South Carolina. Folks, it's aliens. I don't know why I'm continuing to read this. As of Sunday night, there was no indication from the White House that Biden planned to address the nation about the development silence that has begun to worry even allies of the president, according to multiple sources. One person familiar with the administration's deliberations said that as of the weekend, U.S. officials were simply still trying to gain an understanding of what exactly those objects are. It's almost like maybe it would have been nice to have them, to not blow them up. Maybe have like drones follow them around, take pictures. No, let's blow them up over a lake so they fall into the water. Folks, it's aliens. Or is it? I have another article. China says the United States flew high-altitude balloon over its airspace. Folks, it's a doubleheader today. It's a doubleheader. So, we have 3 UFOs shot down a week after a Chinese, let me say it one more time, Chinese spy balloon. Now, the answer, obviously, is to nuke China, right? I mean, we got nukes. We don't like China, right? I don't know. What else is there to do? Open a dialogue? No. Just blow up balloons. Go to war, right? But there's a wrinkle. China said on Monday that U.S. high-altitude balloons had flown over its airspace without permission more than 10 times since the beginning of 2022, drawing a swift denial from Washington. So this ultimately goes down. File this in the category of who do you believe more? Who is the more trustworthy source of information? The Chinese government or the United States government? Who do you trust more? China says 10 balloons. The U.S. says 0 balloons. Who do you trust? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. That's a pretty hard question. This is like the Super Bowl, but instead of football or some other stupid shit, it's like a lying competition. You get like all 193 countries, get all their leaderships and governments together, and they do like a tournament, about who's the best liar. I don't know, man. China, U.S., they're both premium liars. So honestly, who knows? On this one, I'm inclined to believe China before I am to believe the United States. Why is that? Well, the United States shot down a balloon. I mean, that's pretty fucking stupid, right? So, I don't know, man. It's in the current context, I'm willing to believe China over the United States. But it's a very close call. And you know what? All it takes is to read one more paragraph of information, and I might swing to the other side. So let's read. China's accusation widened a dispute with the United States that began last weekend after the U.S. military shot down what it says was a Chinese spy balloon, prompting top U.S. diplomat Tony Blinken to cancel a trip to Beijing designed to ease tensions. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Since last year, the US's high-altitude balloons have undergone more than 10 illegal flights into Chinese airspace without the approval of the relevant Chinese departments, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said at a regular briefing in Beijing in response to a question. Wang did not specifically describe the balloons as military or for espionage purposes and did not provide further details. Got like a food scrap. Look at this. It's a food scrap I just took out of my mouth. You ever see this shit? Look at that. I was eating food earlier. Look at that little fucker. I'm just going to throw it on the floor. Let's keep reading. The White House promptly denied China's accusation, which National Security Council spokeswoman Adrienne Watson dismissed as an effort at damage control. Damage control? Damage control. I'm going to tell you this, okay? when you are China in this situation, and the United States just shot down a balloon and is now claiming that you're spying on them with balloons. As far as the Chinese position, they might be in need of the least amount of damage control that anyone has ever needed for any reason ever. So the Chinese government does nothing. They're just chilling. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're dealing with COVID now because they just decided to let COVID kill millions of people there. But so China's just doing their thing. The U.S. shoots a balloon. Where's the damage control? What? Like, I mean, like, if the United States were to come up with another reason, like, or any evidence at all, we still didn't even have any evidence that it's a spy balloon. There's no evidence for that at all. Where and why and when and how would China need to perform what is known as damage control? What? Damage control. I'm going to read that again. The White House promptly denied China's accusation, which National Security Council spokeswoman Adrienne Watson dismissed as an effort at damage control. Damage control. Like, think about it. What is damage control? Damage control is like Adult Swim having to fire that one guy who does the voice for the cartoon because he's like a sex pest rapist. That's damage control. And them saying, oh, don't worry, we're going to make another season of the show without the guy. That's damage control. Damage control is like a publisher of a game introducing a transgender character named Sir in their wizard game, you know, for diversification. That's damage control. When someone shoots down your balloon and then has a temper tantrum and you've done nothing, you are in no need of damage control. You don't need it. I'm sorry, I got triggered by that phrase, damage control. Any claim that the U.S. government operates surveillance balloons over the People's Republic of China is false. Well, note real quick this quote. Because they kind of fucked up. The U.S. tipped its hand. How? Right? How did the U.S. tip its hand? Do you not understand? Well, let me tell you. The original statement by China was that there were 10 balloons sent by the United States. Now, you'll specifically look. Wang did not specifically describe the balloons as military or for espionage purposes and did not provide further details. So, without any purpose, right, or necessitation, the United States willy-nilly says, we don't have spy balloons. You know what I hear when I hear that? I hear they definitely had spy balloons. I hear that China was like, yo, we saw these 10 balloons. Could be spy balloons, could be weather balloons. And then the U.S. is like, we certainly don't have spy balloons. Hey, no one said spy balloons. We didn't even say spy balloons when you shot down our fucking weather balloon. Who said spy balloon? The United States did. Why did they say that? For no reason. China didn't accuse them of having spy balloons. So, when they say any claim that the U.S. government operates surveillance balloons over China is false, no one claimed that. At least, at the very minimum, China never claimed that. So why are they offering this information? You know? If anybody needs damage control, it's the United States. It is China that has a high-altitude surveillance balloon program for intelligence collection connected to the People's Liberation Army that it has used to violate the sovereignty of the United States in over 40 countries across 5 continents. Yo, these motherfuckers, like, Like, are you serious? It's a weather. Like, let's assume spy balloons, schmy balloons. I'm more concerned with Google Maps than I am any sort of spy balloon program anywhere. I think Google Maps is more of a security concern than anything any government could possibly concoct. Now, does that mean I want to ban Google Maps? No, I'm just saying. Whatever possible information this dumb fuck spy balloon could do pales in comparison to 15 seconds on Google Maps. So what the fuck's going on here? Let's get a rewind here. Spy balloon in Montana. The United States blows it up. Now, let's recap. I'm sorry. Balloon. Weather balloon in Montana. The United States claims it's a spy balloon and blows it up. Where do they blow it up? South Carolina. At the coast, in the Atlantic Ocean, you know, as it's leaving the country. Not blow it up as it's entering the airspace. No. Blow it up as it's leaving the country. But okay. Then the U.S. blows up 3 UFOs. We're just going to put a pin in that one. China then claims that the U.S. has sent 10 balloons. Doesn't know what kind of balloons it is. The U.S. then says, we have never done spy balloons, ever! Like, from what I understand here, the U.S. is just having a temper tantrum for the sake of having a temper tantrum. Like, what? Are we really going to initiate World War III over balloons? I mean, I hope not, right? But I am more concerned about the 3 UFOs than I am about the fucking balloons. The balloons. We're doing this for balloons. Balloons. I'm just going to say it one more time. Balloons. For balloons. The Secretary of State is canceling a diplomatic meeting with another country because of a balloon. A balloon. The top government official for diplomacy in the United States, aside from the president, is creating an international diplomatic issue over balloons. And is there any wonder why the aliens are coming? I mean, we're literally about to start World War III over balloons. No wonder the aliens are coming. Now, I personally believe in the theory of aliens are real. Yes. Aliens have been to planet Earth. Yes. Aliens have interacted with the history of the species of humans. Yes. And aliens are humans from the future that time travel to reshape human history. That is my belief. So the aliens from the future, they're future humans. They have gone back in time. They want to undo World War III. So what they're trying to do is I'm just kind of having fun here. But anyway, this shit is fucking crazy, man. I mean, again, this balloon shit. I mean, this is some crazy ass motherfucking shit. Like, we're shooting down balloons. You have a balloon. No, you have a balloon. No, I have a balloon. Like, and now we have UFOs. By the way, there's a vinyl chloride plume traveling across the fucking goddamn Ohio, right? Raining acid rain upon the rivers of Ohio. No problem there, I'm sure. Like, this is some crazy ass motherfucking shit. And makes my job a lot easier because I don't really need to spend too much time looking at news stories when this shit's going on, so.